got out of this class was having a first-hand experience with feminist advocates, whether that was at the UN or at Rutgers. It's one thing to read about feminist advocates doing things like CEDAW or the Millennium Development Goals, but it's a completely different thing to actually meet them and interact with them and learn from them.
Feminist advocacy is examining issues that disproportionately affect women and considering strategies and action for ensuring human rights for all. This class has really opened my eyes to the human rights violations on every continent, especially against women, and has inspired me to continue my activism work to ensure human rights.
What I learned from this class, I think it's incredibly difficult to sum up a class like this, a class about advocacy and global human rights, in like a one-liner that this is what I took away. Because what didn't I take away? I mean, I feel with the experience that we had at the Commission on the Status of Women and just in the conference room weekly, we learned more about ourselves than I've ever been more self-aware in my life, and also more about the way that my actions are implicated globally. So, what didn't I learn in feminist advocacy?
I would say the biggest thing I got out of this class is getting to network with women who have been activists all of their lives, and learning how to not be so cynical, because there are things that people are doing to affect change in places where there isn't enough bureaucracy, and knowing what I know after this class, I actually knew vested interest in going in that direction myself, being an active activist. Humanity is what I think feminist advocacy means to me. I think that this class has been really inspiring, and I've never felt such a humanistic group of women working towards a gender equitable environment. And I just feel really comfortable knowing that there's people supporting that women are disproportionately affected by most of the ills of the world: poverty, maternal mortality, all the other MDGs that have been so narrow. But we're working towards something in this generation is going to be the one to change them.
This class has been one of my favorites so far because we all have a common goal, and that is to support the equality and the rights of women. Part of the classes that we got to attend the Commission on the Status of Women, and it was the most eye-opening and inspiring experience that I've ever had. When we came back, my colleagues, my classmates, and I discussed some of our experiences and the events that happened there. And I think the most inspiring thing that we all agreed on is that everybody who attended the Commission on the Status of Women, we were all there for the same goal. We were all there to improve the lives of people all around the world, and I think that's going to go a long way, hopefully.
So this class basically meant to me, I learned a lot about just action, moving forward. I've learned a lot in class how I've learned a lot about feminist advocacy and feminist movements, but it's completely different when you're sitting in the classroom and then you actually meet people who are doing the work. And so I think one thing that I really took away from it was to speak out, use my voice to be heard, and in any profession that I want to do, to make sure that I incorporate feminist advocacy in it.
Okay, well, I believe that women are modern society, and the issue of equality is something that we all should engage with, especially since we have seen how women have less opportunities, are less educated, are more likely to be poor, not only in the US but all around the world. And this class has showed me that, inspired me. I gained knowledge by reading, by going to the CSW, the UN, which is so exciting, and talking to people there that have more experience in or advocate for that. So I love this class.
For me, the best thing that I learned during this class, first of all, was meeting Radhika and Elmira and having the ability to listen to what they have to say. They have such a massive amount of experience and knowledge and the connections they have into the career that I would like to go into. So that was pretty invaluable. I don't think that I would have had the opportunity to have the exposure to what we've been able to be involved in during the classes. So it was pretty important, pretty amazing to be able to attend the CSW conference and meet a lot of the people that we got to meet there and the great things that they are doing. That was pretty much it.
So what I learned from this course is that there's no one right way for feminist advocacy to happen. By going to the commission many different perspectives, working together and collaborating. And what I realized is that in order to get any successful advocacy work done, collaboration is key.
Well, what I learned from female advocacy was that we all women, no matter what age, we have a voice. And that we can actually extern that voices into people that actually are able to make the changes we need them to make. One of the greatest things that I learned from this class after we went to the UN is that we are surrounded by like-minded people, that we actually come together to strive from one goal, and that this goal can actually be achieved. It was fantastic.
In this class, I learned that feminist advocacy can emerge in many forms, and it doesn't just have to occur on the ground with NGOs or policymakers, but you can also be a feminist advocate when you're in the classroom. And I learned that it's not always the West saving the impoverished global South. A lot of the times, feminist advocacy can happen on the ground with grassroots initiatives by women who are experiencing the problems firsthand. And this class has really helped me generate a more holistic understanding of what feminist advocacy